everybody. Welcome back once again to this lesson. Right? I hope that you all are fine and keeping very well. And let me wish you Merry Christmas because it is 26th of December. And I hope that you enjoyed this very well. So, children, in the series of this lesson, Evans, Tries and O-Level, I am here with you with the third lesson. I hope that you are enjoying the series, and I am trying to give you great details of the lesson, line by line, word by word, meaning and explanation. So here we begin. Today we have done up to page number 73. Today we will be doing 74 and 75. Now let me begin from here. Buried somewhere in Jackson was tiny core of compassion, right? And Evans knew it, right? So Jackson had a soft corner for Evans, and Evans understood that very well, and he tried to exploit that, right? He tried to exploit that. Now, just this once, then Shirley Temple. Who is Shirley Temple? Shirley Temple is this one is this Shirley Temple, right? Shirley Temple is this one. She is actually an American actress. Shirley Temple Black was an American actress, singer, dancer, diplomat who was Hollywood's #1 box office draw as a child actress, right? Shirley Temple, right? So here, now just this once then, Shirley Temple. If there was one thing that Jackson genuinely loathed means hated, disliked about Evans, was his long wavy hair. Evans has long wavy hair, right? So Evans had long wavy hair, right? And Jackson did not like that and get shaving. At 8:45 the same morning, the Reverend Stuart McLeery, Reverend I told you honorable or respected, Reverend Stuart McLeery left his bachelor flat in Broad Street. What is Broad Street? I will be showing the picture, and stepped out briskly. Briskly means fast, right? F-A-S-T, fast, in short steps, no? Briskly towards Carfax. Now let us just look at this. This is Broad Street. Broad Street is a major thoroughfare and popular night spot center in central Birmingham, right? Birmingham, England. And what is Carfax? Carfax is a commercial web-based service that supplies vehicle history reports to individual and business on used car and light trucks. Okay, for American and Canadian consumers, right? I've taken this from Wikipedia. You can check it out with the Wikipedia also, right? So, shallow-crowned clerical. Now, the Broad Street and stepped out briskly towards Carfax. The weatherman reported temperature considerably below the normal. Now when the temperature is, say, usual temperature is say 20 degree, and if it is 15 or 17, it will be below the normal temperature. The weatherman said that the temperature considerably means quite a lot, okay, enough or quite a lot below the normal for early June, and a long black overcoat and shallow-crowned clerical hat provided welcome protection from the steady drizzle. Drizzle means it's it is rain, but not broad, not big drops of rain, very tiny droplets of rain drizzling, no? Steady drizzle. You know, in England, it's a British type of rainfall. The rainfall is quite regular in England, right? So, and it is in the month of June, it started drizzling. So what he took a shallow-crowned clerical hat. Look at this picture. This is shallow-crowned clerical hat, crowned clerical hat. This is a beautiful picture of that hat here. So, Mr. McLeery, sorry, and a long black overcoat and a shallow crowned clerical hat provided welcome protection. Welcome protection. What is welcome protection? When that protection or shelter is good and pleasant, then you call it welcome protection. For whom? For McLeery. From the steady drizzle. which had set in half an hour earlier, and which now spattered the thick lenses of his spectacles. Thick lenses, spattered. Now, what is the meaning of spattered? Sorry. Sprinkled. You can say spattered means sprinkled. Sprinkled. S-P-R-I-N-K-L-E-D. S-P-R-I-N-K-L-E-D. Sprinkled on the thick lenses of his spectacles. His spectacles means McLeery's, right? In his right hand he was carrying a small brown suitcase which contained all that he would need for his morning duties, including a sealed question paper envelope, a yellow invigilation form, a special authentication card from the examination board. Authentication card means, he was coming to conduct a board examination, so he had to have authenticity before he starts. So they gave him some ID card or something like that, which would prove him that he was the one coming for the invigilation. All right, ID card or something like that, right? Authentication card, you can call it ID card, from the examination board, right? A paper knife. He was also given a paper knife and a Bible, right? Now let's just move on to some pictures so that it will be easy for you to understand it. Now this is the paper knife, right? A paper knife is used for cutting the papers, and then we have this Holy Bible, right? This is the Holy Bible for the Christians all over the world. They follow this Bible. The Christians all over the world, they follow this Bible. Now, why was he carrying this Bible with him? Because he was actually coming from St. Magdalene Church, right? And he was the invigilator, right? So let us just move on to this, right? Welcome protections from steady Brazil, which had set in half an hour earlier, and which now spattered the thick lenses of his spectacles. In his right hand he was carrying a small brown suitcase which contained all that he would need for his morning duties, including a sealed question paper envelope, a yellow invigilation form, a special authentication card from the examination board, a paper knife, a Bible. He was to speak to Women's Guild that afternoon on the book of Ruth. Actually, he was about to give a speech. Yeah, this is Women's Guild, in England. It is an organization for the women, and he was going to speak on Ruth, book of Ruth. Book of Ruth, it is the name of the book from the Bible, Holy Bible. So if you just go to this page, I have given you YouTube link. You can just click this one and go to this place, and you can also read from Wikipedia. I have taken this information for knowing something more about this book, right? Ruth. It is a book from the Holy Bible. Now, afternoon on the book of Ruth. Who was going to give a lecture? Reverend McLeery, and that is why he was carrying the Bible. And in this Bible there was this chapter, this book, the book of Ruth, and a current copy of Church Time. What is Church Time? Look at this. This is the church from he was coming from, St. Mary Magdalene Church. Okay, this is the Mass time. This is the latest Mass time. What is Mass time? The service time, where the Christians go to the church. They have different timings for the Mass. So it was there. This is the church time was there in the, with him in the box. The 2-hour examination was scheduled to start at 9:15 a.m. Even was lathering. Lathering means foaming. A-4-A-M-I-N-G. Foaming. Foaming means when you are using, when you are using your lather or some cream for shaving, after that, there is a foaming. Evans was lathering his face vigorously. Vigorously means too much. When Stephens brought in 2 small square tables and set them opposite each other, 2 small square tables. Look at these tables. 2 tables. Who brought? Stephens. Who was Stephens? Stephens was a junior police officer, right? He brought 2 tables for the examination. Stephens brought in 2 small square tables and set them opposite each other in the narrow space between the bunk on the one side and on the other a distempered stone wall. Right, 2 ones. Right, look at this. This is the cell room, Evans prison cell. Here he brought in these 2 tables and he set them one opposite the other so that the examination time, one will be used by Mr. McLeery, the invigilator, and the other one would be used by Evans, right? So let us move on to. So he placed them. Now what is distempered stone? Distempered stone, actually distemper is a kind of a coating of color, no, painted with distemper, right? So stone wall. Next, Stephens brought in 2 hard chairs. He bought 2 hard chairs and slightly less battered less battered. Battered means when something is used too much, or when something is broken. You can say broken, 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 or used too much. That is called too much. Okay, battered, of which he placed in front of the table which stood nearer the cell door. Jackson put in a brief final appearance. Now Jackson came in for a short, S-H-O-R-T, short final appearance. Behave yourself, laddie. Behave yourself. What is the meaning of behave yourself? Behave well. Behave well. Behave well. Okay, behave yourself, laddie. Laddie means boy. Okay, laddie means boy. Evans turned and nodded. Nodded means when you are nodding, you are saying yes. Okay, and shaking means this way. When you are shaking your head, you are saying no. So Evans nodded. And this, Jackson's pointed to pin-ups. Pin-ups, I already told you. Pin-ups means the pictures of here. Whose picture was there? This Shirley Temple, right? Shirley Temple's pin-up was there on the wall, so he wanted Evans to remove this picture from the wall because he wanted to make sure that there is no security lapse, so that Evans would get a chance to run away, to escape once more, right? To escape once more. Now, pin-ups off. That means take it off from the wall. Evans turns and nodded again. I was going to take them down anyway. A minister, isn't he? A minister. Now, who is the minister? Yeah, minister is the clergy, C-L-E-R-G-Y, clergy. Or you can say P-R-I-E-S-T, priest. A minister, isn't he? The champ coming to sit in. Okay, now chap means here, the chap coming. Chap means the person, fellow. To sit in, to invigilate. And how did you know that? Asked Jackson quietly. I had to sign. I had to sign means I had to sign some forms, didn't I? And I couldn't Actually here, I couldn't help means I had to sign. Evans drew the razor carefully down his left cheek and left a neat swathe in the white leather. Can I ask you something, Mr. Jackson? Why did they have to bug me in this tale? Now, what is the meaning of this, bug me? Now, when you bug means you spy. They have to, like here, they have to, H-A-V, have to. Bug me means spy me, S-P-Y, spy me in this cell. He nodded his head vaguely to a point above the door, right? He nodded his head vaguely to a point above the door. He nodded once again. He just moved his head up and down. Not a very neat job, conceded Jackson. Not a very neat job, conceded Jackson. Conceded means here, confessed. You can say C-O-N-F-E-S-S-E-D, confessed. Okay. Now here, not a very neat job, conceded Jackson. They are not. They don't honestly think I'm going to try to break the prison. Okay, try to break the prison. Okay. Now, PRI-7 print. Not a very neat job, considered Jackson. Now, just try to understand it. Something, Mr. Jackson. Why did they means the jail authority, have to bug me in such a cell, in this cell, right? Bug me in this cell, like they were going to spy on him, right? He nodded his head vaguely. He nodded his head vaguely to a point above the door, right? Not a very neat job, conceded Jackson. Now Jackson said, yes, it is not a neat job, but they have to. They are not. They don't honestly think I'm going to try to what? Try to break the prison. They are taking no chances even. Nobody in his senses would take any chance with you, because he had already escaped or broke out of the prison for 3 times. So even Jackson was telling him they are taking no chances even. Nobody in his senses would take any chance with you. Who is going to listen in? Right now, who is going to listen in? Listen in means who is going to listen to your conversation. Like when you listen in means to listen to conversation. Okay, you are not supposed to listen. Actually, the governor was going to fix certain things, the microphone, and so that you could hear everything what's going on inside the prison. Who is going to listen in? I'll tell you who is going to listen in. Laddie. Laddie means boy. Boy refers to even, no? It is the governor. It is the governor himself. See? He don't trust you a bloody inch. He don't. Actually, it should be he doesn't, right? He doesn't. He don't trust you a bloody inch. And nor do I. I'll be watching you like a hawk. You know, hawk is a kind of a bird which is very, which has very sharp eyesight. Let me see if I have the picture of the hawk. All right, hawk is a kind of a bird which is used for you know, some countries, no, they use hawk. No, I don't have the picture of hawk here. I would have shown you, right? So he is just, you know, like a hawk. I'm going to watch you or keep an eye on you like a hawk. Evans, so keep your nose clean. What is the meaning? It is again idiom. Keep your nose clean. What is the meaning of keep your nose clean? Stay out of trouble, right? Stay out of trouble. Trouble. This is again an idiom. Keep your nose clean. That means you have to be very, very careful that you are not trying to do something which is going to cause trouble. Clear? He walked towards the door. Evans nodded. He had already thought of that, and number 2 handkerchief was lying ready on the bunk. Now, what is bunk? Bunk is the, you know, it is a kind of a bed which is fitted with the wall, and you might have seen this bunk in the train or in the ship, right? Now, number 2 handkerchief was lying ready on the bunk, a neatly folded square of white linen. Off-white means not exactly white, a little less than white, right? Cream color, you can say. Linen. Linen is a kind of a cloth, no? Cloth woven from flax. Okay, C-L-O-T-H, cloth, W-O-V-E-N, woven from flax, F-L-A-X. Okay, so neatly folded square of off-white linen. Just one more thing, Einstein. Who is Einstein? Evans, E-V-A-N-S, Einstein. Jackson used to call him jokingly or lovingly Einstein. Yeah, what is it? Good luck, old son. Once again, you see, Jackson is showing his love and affection for Evans. Now, old son. You can call it, figure of speech, old son. It is a lovable way of calling somebody. No, he used to call him. Now here, good luck. Who said? Jackson said. In the little lodge just inside the prison's main gate, in the little lodge means a place of staying just inside the prison's main gate, the Reverend S. McLeery signed his name neatly in visitors' book. You know visitors' books? Actually, when you enter the government offices or the organizations, even nowadays the apartment buildings also, when you are getting inside, this is for the security reason. You have to sign your name, number, phone numbers to be given, etc. I mean mobile numbers to be given. So he neatly signed his name in the visitors book, and thence means from there walked side by side with a silent prison officer. Prison officer was quietly moving along with him across the exercise yard to D wing. Exercise yard means it is an area in the prison where the prisoners do their exercises to keep themselves fit. To D wing, where he was greeted by Jackson. Jackson was the senior prison officer. The wing's heavy outer door was unlocked and locked behind them. The heavy inner door, the same. I mean, it was highly security zone, so they never took any chance. The first door was there. It was first open. Then they got inside. Again, it was locked behind them. Then the second door was open and it was locked again. So the wing's heavy outer door was unlocked and locked behind them. The heavy inner door the same, and McLeery was handed into Stephen's keeping. Stephen's keeping means Stephen's charge, means Stephens was now in charge. Keeping means here charge or care, CHARGE or CARE, care. Stephen's keeping. Get the razor, murmured Jackson. Actually, Jackson was worried about the razor that Evans was using, right? So he told Stephens to get the razor. Stephens nodded. He said, yes. Well, keep your eyes keen. Clear? Keep your eyes keen. Again, another idiom, right? What is the meaning of it? Keep your eyes clean means look carefully for somebody. Look carefully, CAREFULLY. Look carefully. Now, why he should look carefully? Because they didn't want to take any chance. Stephens nodded again, and McLeery his feet. Stephens nodded again, and McLeery his feet clanging. It is a sound. Actually, clanging is a sound of ringing. Okay. It is onomatopoeia, ONOMATOPOEIA. It is actually a figure of speech. It is called sound word, right? His feet clanking up the iron stairs, following his new guide. Now, who is the new guide? New guide is Stephens, right? And finally stood before a cell door where Stephens opened the peephole. Now, what is the peephole? Look at this peephole. This is the peephole, right? This is the peephole, right? So he opened the peephole and looked through. That seemed so. Evans facing the door sat quietly. Evans facing the door sat quietly at the farther of two tables. You know, I showed you how many tables were there. Two tables. His whole attention riveted to the textbook. Riveted means fixed, F-I-X-E-T. Actually, rivet is a kind of, you see this one, rivets, no? These are sophisticated riveted joint. It is not bolt. Some people think that is a bolt and screw. It is not. It is actually, see, riveted joint on the railway bridge. Okay, so riveted here, it is used metaphor. It is, you can call it METAPHOR. Riveted to the textbooks of elementary German grammar. Stephens took the key from its ring and the cell lock sprang back with a thudded metallic twang. Thud is a heavy sound. H-E-A-V-Y, heavy sound. When something heavy falling, so that's called thud. Metallic twang. Twang is also onomatopoeia. It is also metallic sound, twang. It is also onomatopoeia. So these are the figure of speech, children, you have to remember. Thudded metallic twang, right? So Evans facing the door sat quietly at the farther of the two tables and whole attention riveted. Riveted means fixed to the textbook of German elementary grammar. Stephens took the key from the ring. He took the key and the cell door sprang back with a thudded metallic twang, because it was a heavy door. No, that is why the thudded sound was made, and it was a metallic sound. So my dear students, I told you that I'll take 2 pages each every time in every series, in every part of my video. So here we end this second part. I hope that you have enjoyed this one, and I will be back again with 2 more pages with another video. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. I hope that you have enjoyed these lessons. If you have liked and if you have enjoyed this lesson and learned something, you can give me thumbs up or share this lesson with your friends, and I hope that you will appreciate it. Your appreciation matters me a lot, and it gives me a lot of encouragement to start with another video. Till then, I would like to say goodbye and good day. Have a nice day. Enjoy yourself. Bye for now.